Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
I mean, it's one of those things too, man, that, when you're coming on this show to promote something, I know we're going to talk Philly sports.
Yes,
then earlier today, we got the big news as to who the Eagles are going to raise a banner against in the building. It's the Dallas Cowboys.
That's right. Jerry's got to sit there and watch. That's exciting. What a big showdown to start the season. We were talking earlier. Yeah. Usually, Eagles Cowboys are tucked way later in the schedule in case it has implications for
usually
seeding.
Does.
Yeah, but why not get it going? It's exciting now that Cowboys got Pickens. The whole NFC East is coming back to life. It's going to be a really exciting division for many years to come. And I enjoy that. Enjoy the competition.
It's just, I don't know why I was so surprised that they were going to go. I guess the Commanders did make it to the NFC Championship game. I understand that they're, not the Cowboys in terms of rivalry what it means to the Eagles, right? And the history of the rivalry of the Cowboys and the Eagles goes back decades. Obviously, Washington does too, but I was just kind of surprised that they would throw that game so quickly, like right off the bat like that. Because now, first 2 weeks is more on occasion like you need some time to ramp up.
Yeah. It feels like an extension of preseason sometimes. Guys got the jitters. You're kind of still figuring out where everyone fits on the team. But why not? Why not get it going? It's we started last season against the Packers, and then we faced them again and beat them again. It's like we see this team more than once.
That's true. So I guess the way to ask is, by how many points will the Eagles win that night? Right.
Well, I saw the line. I don't know. I think it'll be a closer game than expected. I'm thinking 3 to 5 points, maybe.
Well, we're going to find out in 2 days what the rest of the schedule looks like. You know, I am excited for you because this does not appear to be a one-off last year.
No, it doesn't. I mean, Rich, the thing that I've been thinking about a lot as an Eagle fan is, that was sort of the pinnacle of what you could ever hope for or expect from your team. To be that dominant on that stage against a Hall of Fame quarterback and coach. There's part of me that's like, what else do I want from this team now after, well, listen, 2017 and kind of people wrote it off as a fluke. They said we had a backup quarterback in there who got hot. 2023, my son and I went to Arizona, had an amazing father and son weekend all up until the fourth quarter of that game. Right. And then this one, you can't take anything away from.
Dude, you were in a rocking chair on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is, for a fan on a Super Sunday, when you're nervous, as I'm sure you were, confident about your team.
Yeah.
Against the Chiefs going for a three-peat.
Yeah.
And they put you in a rocking chair literally 10 minutes into that game.
Yeah.
And when were you, comfortable, though?
I mean, I think when it was 34-0 late into the third, late in the third, I was feeling pretty good at that point. It's every time I think that the joy and the thrill of that victory dissipates, then I'll see on social media a highlight of the Cooper DeJean pick six or the dagger to Devontae Smith, and it just brings all of those feelings. I'm still riding the wave, Rich. It still hasn't calmed down for me.
And then they pay Saquon. They paid him.
And rightfully so.
Right. They gave him his due. And then Zach Bond's not going anywhere. They paid him. They gave him his due. They did lose some guys in free agency.
Yeah, we lost absolutely some quality guys, which is bound to happen when you win a Super Bowl and you can't pay everybody. But we've drafted so well, and Howie Roseman's done such an incredible job of lining up the guys behind the guys who might go away, who might leave to go other places. And you can't say enough. Even this year's draft, I mean, the guy really does it every single season for us.
When they drafted Jahad Campbell, we're sitting on the set in Green Bay on NFL Network, and we shook our heads. We all looked at each other and shook our heads. We're like, this kid has got, like a top first-round grade, clearly, and he drops to 31 for them to just trade up one spot with the team that, they beat in the Super Bowl to go get the guy that everyone just assumed was going to be an Eagle anyway, but you didn't think they could actually get him at 31 or 32.
Yeah.
It's like he's like Obi-Wan Roseman. Like, he puts you in some sort of these are not the draft picks you're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. It really is.
This is your team we're talking about.
It is, man. And, this year, this Super Bowl, my son and I had discussed whether we were going to go to New Orleans. And he's like, Dad, let's just watch it with with my father. Mm-hmm. So it was myself, my son, and my dad, 3 generations, in my dad's man cave, watching that game. And I know for rest of America and non-Eagle fans, it was not that fun of a game to watch. But for us, it was the most beautiful game we'd ever witnessed.
This might have been the most fans the Eagles have ever had, because there are some, as you might imagine, some pushback on rooting for Philadelphia sports teams.
Oh, yeah. No, I know. I'm well aware.
But there is such a significant Chiefs fatigue that had ruled the sports fan roost for so many fans.
Yeah.
You might have actually had a little bit of extra oomph on that day.
One of my favorite moments leading up to the Super Bowl is that now notorious clip of Jalen Hurts walking through the stadium and passing a TV screen where all of the picks from ESPN were for the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. And Jalen just kind of looks up at it and just gives it a nod of acknowledgement. Do you remember that?
That dude, man, he's
a champion, man. He's just a winner at every level, through any adversity. Just such an admirable guy all the way around, I think.
Have you ever met Kelsey?
Yeah, quite a few times. Yeah, I know him pretty well.
You got a good Jason story for me?
We've never been out in those capacities. Okay. No, it's always been sort of at Eagle events associated with the team. But he always, he remembers your name, remembers my kids' names. He gave my son a signed jersey one of the first times he met him, so that was pretty special.
That's pretty cool. Ryan Phillippe here in advance of Motorheads, available on Prime Video next Tuesday. All 10 episodes debut at once on Prime Video. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.